You ready, Christian?
I'm ready.
All right. Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? I've got Christian helping me out today. I'm Brian Peterson. You guys already knew that. And we're going to show you guys a little bit of wrestling today. I know the catch wrestling fans are going to be super, what's the word? Are they going to get a little chub? Are they going to get a little excited? I don't know. We'll see. Check it out. I got to keep it PG. Here we go. Go down. I'm going to show you wrestling. Okay? So just spread your hands out a little bit. Christian's pretty new. He's one of our new guys. You've been here training how long? Like
about a month? Yeah.
He's been about a month, so he's learning. Guys, what a power half Nelson is basically, here, lay on your belly first. In wrestling, let's say this was a freestyle wrestling match. I'm not saying it's the best move to do in freestyle, but you know, for young kids, it'll work pretty well. You just kind of sit out here on the side and you practice. You put your elbow on the back of their neck or their head. Bring your hand underneath and then lock your hands. So this is called a half Nelson. You guys probably have heard of the full Nelson. So the power half Nelson is basically just my forearm here. I always want to have this palm up. I don't want to lock like this because if you just kind of clamp your elbow down, yeah, you're going to break my lock. If I grip like this and you try to clamp your elbow down, it's really tough. If I elevate and I push off my feet, I can really crank you. You see how your shoulder's about to break?
Yeah.
So you better move that right arm. Yeah, see how he moved the right arm? So in wrestling, I can use that to get a half and then put him on his back. That's basically what a power half is. Now, that's without anything. Usually you'll see it more with leg riding, so if you kind of build up. And then I put a hook in. A lot of times you're going to be here, and you're going to see the power half Nelson in wrestling. So I have one hook in, and then I'm going to lock the power half, and then I'll crank my opponent over. And now that I've controlled the bottom hook, I can pull with this one and now try to go towards your belly, like we're in a wrestling match. See that? And if the guy tries to like turn towards me, like turn into me, I can kind of sink the half and come up on top. Or if he kind of caught me by surprise and I felt like he was gonna actually kind of spin on top of me like this, I would follow behind him and scrap. No, don't go to your back now. We're wrestling. Good. And then I would come behind him. So that's wrestling. Now, how do we use that in grappling or in jiu-jitsu? And it can be used. And I was teaching this the other night. Were you here when we were doing power half? Okay. So you're a little bit familiar. Here. So here's what I want you to do it to me. I want you, not the power half, but I want you to take my back. I'm going to show you how to do it first to refresh your memory. Only been training a month, so go ahead and spread your knees a little bit. There you go. So guys, we went to our basic attack. I'm going to grab onto his elbow. I'm going to grab his fingers. Sometimes I go two hands on the fingers. I twist it. I want to make sure that I guide his arm across, and I grab his elbow with a 2-on-1 with my thumb here. At this point, if he's trying to pull away, I've got a good hold on him. I'll move his arm across the body. This is what I want to do. I want to cross his arm, and then I want to open my guard and sit up and go for his lat muscle. Okay? Like that. So I can get access to my opponent's back. And then what basically happens is you start to post and get up and try to take the guy's back like this. Now, frequently when that happens, going to go to your guard, what's going to happen is you're going to experience a situation where, go ahead, you're going to reach over and turn my hand, and then, yes, that's the good grip, and then grab the elbow. So you've got good 2-on-1. As he moves it across and he hip escapes, what inevitably happens in a competitive situation, you're not able to drop this hook into the middle. See, if he's able to drop it in the middle, he can kind of get up a little easier, and then he can get the second hook. And I want to talk about this. You see how this hand is under the arm? Just post your right hand for a second. This kind of grip right here, if he can get a wrist, go ahead and grab my wrist. Yeah, that gives him an anchor point. Keeps him on top of me. Also, the hook does, but go ahead and take your left hook out. Yeah. Now notice you don't fall right now. You see how you're stable? Mm-hmm. Now, if I roll that wrist out, you start to lose stability. You see how I'm making you fall that way? Yeah. So your only thing that's holding on is this. You can turn your hand and grip my shoulder, that can kind of keep you in the saddle on top of me. But you see, if I start to push that hook off and I make you fall that way, keep trying to climb on my back. See how hard that is? Now watch how much harder it is if your foot never got across to the middle. Now try to climb. See that? Now if I take this grip out, you see, I'm gonna eventually get my arm between the bodies. As I do that, I'm back on top. And that happens a lot when you're grappling. So go ahead and drag my arm across again. Good. Yeah, next time with the under grip.
Oh, inside.
Yeah, like that. And then go for my back. Now, what the guy does, try to climb on my back. I'm gonna hold this leg. You see where we are? Now, your anchor point is that lat grip. As I'm trying to take you out and take out your base, that's your anchor point. So the deeper you can get it in, the better. If you can get my wrist, you're golden, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what a lot of guys do as they break the grip, they start to get on the back. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you get a little further. And then they seat belt. So seat belting like this, it looks pretty good. If you pull me, you might get a body triangle if you have long legs, or you'll adjust hooks to the middle, and you'll achieve what you wanted, which was the back. You wanted to get the back. You now have a seat belt, and you're good to go. But the problem with the seat belt a lot of times, and this can happen not just from the back attack, it can actually happen in reverse. Like when he's on my back like this, I take a hook out, you see that? And I start to turn into you. See how I pulled this leg up? Or it could be in the middle. It also happens, it happens both. So either way, here or here, and I get up, and now if you have a seatbelt on my back, try to get towards my back. Now lock your hands. Try to lock your hands. Do you notice how you're sliding off?
Yeah.
So it forces you to want to post, and that's a problem because now I grab it. And now it's really hard to climb on my back. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So this is a situation. It also, I'm gonna identify one more variation. You're actually on my back, sort of, with a seatbelt possibly. Go ahead. And go ahead and bring your hooks up.
Okay.
Yeah, get a little bit better. And then now I'm in the tripod position like this. And then if I exit that hook, you see where we are?
Yeah.
This is also a similar situation. Your lock does you no good right here. You're squeezing, but little by little, I'm shaking you off, and then the arm cuts between the body from here to here, and he loses his back attack. So we've got an issue, and we want to solve this issue, and one way we can do that, it's not always available, but is to utilize the power half Nelson. So we're gonna now bring it into our drill. So I'm gonna bring this across, pull you down, get a good grip on the back. Look, I see his back. I'm like, I can get on his back now. So as he's trying to turn into me, and I come up to, no. You don't wanna go to the bottom. In this scenario, you don't wanna go to the bottom. You're trying to do what I was doing to you a second ago. Now remember, my lat grip is kind of keeping me in the, keeping my grip. I would love to get his wrist, but I can't reach for his wrist. So don't tip over right here. Get up, yeah. So now as I'm here, what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna go and lock a seatbelt. I'm gonna lock a seatbelt right now for you. Ready? Just be tough. See, now you see how you can shake me off? Kind of like make me fall, and then you get your arm through. And you see how I lost the back attack. So again, I'm fighting here with you. I go for your back. I come up. I want to go here, and I want to get on your back, but you're going to start grabbing my hand and making me fall, right? You see that? So what I'm going to do instead, go ahead, try to pull it. I limp on, and I lock a power half. Now, you collapsed, so I need you to be a little tougher. Okay? So instead of going seatbelt, where you see I'm a little too high, I'm out of position. If his butt starts to raise up, I'm gonna start sliding off. So instead, I'm gonna go here and then be tough. And now I crank the power half. And now when you feel too much, you can kind of collapse, because I don't I can also get hurt doing this. Like I can slam my head, but I crank you off to the side. So keep in mind, safety guys, I know how that looks. If I was on concrete, that would not be fun, especially and I've seen knockouts from that. So I'll address it in a second. But either way, I'm teaching you this power half because what it does is it cranks his shoulder and then it makes him turn this way. When he wanted to turn into me, yeah, you want to do this, right?
Yeah.
So if I can get up here and start to turn into me, no, yeah, like that. No, don't fall down though, because then I'll go on top. Yes. You see how I'm here? If I can get to the power half and start cranking, now I can pull you over to make you turn your hip. At this point, I can transfer my hooks to the middle if I wanted to, or if I was a body triangle guy, I could body triangle, or I can bring my hooks back into the middle. And then from this position, you can go Kimura grip, but I don't want to. I want to get his back. I bring my hand back over, and I'm on strong side to finish for the rear naked. Okay? So if you're in that compromised tripod, you may not like the power half, but you might want to pulse your hands so you don't hit your head. But there's always a moment in the fight where maybe he drops to a knee, you get a moment where you feel more comfortable putting in the power half, and then you put it in. We don't have to be in the tripod, so I could be just like this right here, and then as I'm trying to climb on your back, try to like make me fall. Yeah, like this, like we're like this. So you see, again, I've got my hand on his wrist. He's constantly rolling the wrist out. Yeah, like that. And you see how I'm holding? I'm trying to pull my arm out and I lock my hands right here. Now go ahead, try to fight it. You notice how like you can't use your left arm now.
Yeah.
I can pry. I start with an S grip because that's the best I could even reach. And then as I pry, get it tight, I go to the palm to palm. And then now, boom, I'll pull you in. And then now I'm gonna get your back here. See that? And then again, either body triangle or hooks in the middle, which is what I prefer a lot more nowadays as I'm getting older. I don't like to have my legs kind of in the butterfly position. So using the power half, drag the guy arm across, get his back, try to come up, yeah, take it back down. Like try to twist into me again. Like to get your arm through. I'm gonna let you do it once so you learn. Get your arm through. Your right arm through. Yes, now take me down. You see how you took me down?
Yeah.
Now in the fight, as you're trying to posture and you're trying to get away, maybe you wanted to hit me or something, you know, and I'm controlling your arm and I move your arm, do it again. Yes, do it again. Don't fall down. Yeah, do it again. Now I got your wrist. Don't let me have your wrist. Exactly, now there's the power half. You see what I mean? Like if you give me the wrist, this is arguably better than the power half because it takes out one of your posts. But when you straighten it and I lose it, I lock. And now you can't go belly down if you wanted to. If you wanted to go to your belly, I could just hold you here and crank you. You see that? Yeah. And then now I can get my hooks in the middle. If you try to turn into me, you see like this, I can make an arm bar. Okay? So that's the power half. The last thing I'm gonna give you guys as a bonus is the not very often seen at all, full Nelson. And just to mention it, since we're going over the power half Nelson, the full Nelson, if you guys got on the back, and if I use the power half to crank the guy over, you see how I just put the power half in. What I'm gonna do now is if I have an opponent who's trying to resist it, if he goes into it, he loosens it. So you'll notice if you kind of twist this way, you'll almost escape. Mm-hmm. See how you're escaping? So now I have to come on top. So if I have an opponent fight me on it, let's say you want to go to your stomach and you're adamant about going to your belly and getting up. Yeah, see how the crank? Now what happens is, as I crank your shoulder, I'm gonna bring your arm up above your head, like continue to go towards your knees. Yes, like that. Now you see, I put in a half, a deep half. Maybe not the super deep half, but like what I mean by, there's an actual deep half. Let me discuss it. The deep half is like this in wrestling. So when I said deep half, I don't mean this deep half, but what I mean is get your hand as deep as possible. That's what I meant, okay? So when you're on the back and you go from the power half, try to twist. Yeah, like this, see how I'm cranking? Now I get that half, I get it deep. Then next, my right hand could come around and start to threaten the choke, okay? I start to threaten, you're peeling that down, right? So now I can't get the choke, I'm gonna go under and lock. So what I'm doing is, I want his hand raising. See that? Grab my fingers, yeah? Keep defending. You see how sometimes the guy will reach back because he'll want to pry and peel the hand off. Also with your left hand. Yeah, you'll try to peel the half off. So when I'm here, I make a good grip. Perfect. While he reached back, I lock. And then again, I recommend, don't do a full Nelson like this. Use your S grip and then transfer it, squeeze it, transfer it into a palm to palm. Even if he grabs my fingers, try to get my fingers, I lock. See, you can't pry them apart. Yeah. It's really, really hard. And then as I'm squeezing it, I go deeper and I go deeper. Now just expose the lock so they can see. Now I basically have a butterfly lock and it's gonna get really bad. I'm gonna go deeper and then I just squeeze his shoulders together and I expand my chest and I get a tap. If I want to add a back arch, I could do that as well. So if I wanted to add my hips, I could go and get the tap, okay? You really want to make his shoulders go up here, okay? So one more time, let's say, again, it could be you're already on the back. You could already be on the back, but I'm showing this kind of back attack where you cross your opponent's arm. I reach for the back. As I'm coming up, see, I'm kind of falling off. Yeah, I'm like here, I'm gonna get up on the head and lock, crank the guy over, and then once I'm here, I get a deep half, and you see how he's trying to fight that hand off? My hand comes inside, and I lock. And then once you lock, you get a nice shoulder submission. Now, those that are real, I'm gonna finish, you ready? Okay. Now, those of you guys that are sportive, you might wonder if this move is legal. It's a shoulder lock, but it's illegal because they just call the full Nelson a neck crank. And it's really wrong. It can be. You know, if you force somebody's head down like a can opener, it could be a neck crank, but it's not a neck crank. It's a shoulder lock, but you're not gonna be able to lawyer your way out of it with a referee. A referee is gonna see a full Nelson, they're just gonna call it illegal. So don't do it in tournaments unless you guys go to an advanced division of no-gi where they allow that. Typically beginner divisions and intermediate usually don't allow neck cranks. Usually you have to compete at an advanced level for no-gi. They're always gonna call that a neck crank. Unfortunately, it's really a shoulder lock. You bring the guy's shoulders together so much. Felt that?
Feels like a shoulder.
Yeah. So, guys, let me say this, dude. Like, because you could learn this move from a catch wrestler. And again, I kind of like a catch wrestler, right? I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt. I'm a wrestler. I have a wrestling pedigree. So I was very exposed to catch wrestling techniques. Now, what I want to say is, if I was a catch wrestler, the way most of them teach it, they teach it like it's going to work, like all the time. And I've always frowned on that. Like, I don't believe that. But then again, it's not about catch wrestling technique or jiu-jitsu technique, because there's plenty of jiu-jitsu moves that don't work either. But what I'm trying to say is the catch wrestling moves, a lot of times, they're shown like, usually it's a unique move that they do that jiu-jitsu doesn't do, i.e. the full Nelson. And because of that, it's like their move that they love and they hold. So they want to say that it's their move, it'll work, it's going to work on everybody. They want to talk about how powerful it is. And it is a powerful technique. But what I'm trying to say is give you a dose of reality, guys. When you're on someone's back, rear naked choke, arm bar, maybe a neck crank, you know, from like a rear naked jaw lock. Those are your babies. You want to take care of those things. Those are the ones you want. But occasionally, if you're good, and you practice, you might be able to pull off a full Nelson occasionally. Obviously, competition may not allow it, but it can work. But I'm telling you, don't go in there and go, I'm just gonna full Nelson everyone. Because once you know I'm doing a full Nelson, you know what you're gonna do? Your elbows are gonna drop. Do you see? Like get on my back. Just throw your hooks in. So while I'm like this, like if you put in a half, you know how to put in the half? Good. If I go like this and you put in a full, oh my goodness, lock your hands. Yeah. Now go ahead. Tap. Oh, coach has got messed up shoulders. Now go ahead. I know you have a full Nelson. So I just close my elbows. Try.
Yeah.
Come on. And while he's doing this, look, he's not even choking me. So I'm just going to move to one side and I'm going to escape. Do you see? So it's got to be set up. What do I want to teach you as your fundamentals? I want to teach you how to choke people. Put the arm around the neck. Get that rear naked choke, you know?
Get the hand away.
Yeah. Grab up here and put this all the way behind. And head here. This is the one. But if you're playing around and you're under the arm and you get a half and you feel it, like see how I'm holding your hand? And all of a sudden you think you can snatch it up, go underneath. And boom, you can catch me, then go for it. If I do this, then just don't even sweat it. Don't waste your energy. Just move on, go back to the choke. And then now we're back in here. Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, enough said. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was a tutorial on the power half Nelson and also the full Nelson. Hope you guys understand half, power half, and then you have the full or the double Nelson. There are others, like you're gonna hear about the quarter Nelson or the 3/4 Nelson. We've actually gone over those on different videos. So you guys can look those up as well. The quarter Nelson and the 3/4 Nelson, okay? Thank you guys so much. Teach Me Grappling. Click that link down below at Patreon, PayPal, contribute to this channel. If you guys wanna be a part of our membership, we have that membership for purple belt or higher. Lower, white and blue belt, you're just donating to the channel. Purple belt or higher, you get access to some of our videos that we shoot inside here at PG. You get some little bonus content that we don't release to everyone. So if you want to become a part of that, you got to do that through YouTube membership. Again, Patreon is just to kind of help donate, help support this channel. We've been getting a lot of questions, not a lot of views lately, but a lot of questions, and it's awesome. But what's really cool is we have so much support from you guys out there that help keep this channel going, so that I'm always giving you guys all that great stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate you. And we'll see you guys next time with more great stuff. Could it go any longer?